Hello world. I'm just trying to turn the brightness down on this computer so it doesn't make me look quite so mental. How is everybody? Hope you're really well. It's Yasmin here. I'm about to go live on my weekly Unity radio show. For some reason, they don't like to give me the program, so I'm never quite sure what's going on. If I forget to ask them, I don't get it. Hi, Susan Bush. Who is tuning in? What do you want to know? Let me get the number ready. 816-251-3555. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Chelsea. How's everyone doing? I'm so sleepy today. I feel like I spend half my life sleepy at the moment. Who else has completely... Oh, snowing in Pittsburgh. How nice. Who else has their sleep cycle completely messed up? It's not snowing in London. Just checking. Who else has their sleep cycle completely messed up by this whole COVID disaster? Hi, Helen. Good morning, Karen. Where are you? Tell me where you are. Hi, Maxine. Hi, Sandra. I haven't been able to get anything done for a week. Hello, Mindy in NYC. Oh, nice. Where in NYC are you? Nessie Ness in London. Hello from Hammersmith. Hi, Jennifer. I believe we've got about a minute left.
Or like 30 seconds.
So, can you put the show on, please, Louis?
On something that touches all of us in our
I ask every week. He doesn't remember. Suppose he's got like 50 radio announcers he's working with, poor fellow.
Only on unityonlineradio.org, the voice of an awakening.
No, he doesn't feel right. Yeah, I don't feel quite right at the moment. I feel a bit. Here we go.
3555. That's 816-251-3555.
Here we go.
Get in tune with the sun, moon, and stars. This is Astrology with Yasmin.
Hello everybody, it's Yasmin Boland here, coming to you live and direct across the airwaves all over the world from what used to be my meditation room has now become my broadcasting room in West London, West London. So how is everybody out there? I've just been chatting with the people on Facebook because I go live out on unityonlineradio.org. And I also broadcast live on Facebook at the same time. Today I'm going to be looking at the astrology for the week ahead, diving down a little bit into the coming Saturn-Uranus square. And I also go live on my Facebook page, my Yasmin Boland Facebook page. And I can see people tuning in. And we were talking just before we came on air, saying we're all feeling a bit weird. I was saying who's feeling a little bit like just their sleep cycle. 2 a.m. has become our new bedtime in this family. 2 a.m. Oh, time to go to bed. How about where you are, wherever you are in the world? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting any sleep whatsoever? I mean, like, seriously, what's going on? Is it just lockdown craziness? I suspect that... it's a lot to do with the fact that I've been shutting myself into this room without much daylight, and therefore I don't get that sort of melatonin thing that you need to know what time it is. And plus, you know, I just don't get outside enough anymore. Let's go randomly to the lines and see if we can get anyone else who's feeling like this and see what they've got to say, and then we'll get into the astrology for the week ahead. Let's go to Debbie on line 2. Are you there, Debbie? Debbie on line 2. Hello. Can't hear you. Are you there, Debbie? Hello. Debbie? Line 2? Well, I can't hear Debbie. Can anyone else hear Debbie?
Nope.
Okay, well, Debbie, we can't hear you. Are you on mute or something? You're on mute! It's the big catchphrase. Nope. Okay, Debbie, last chance. 3, 2, 1. Debbie, Debbie, Debbie. Hello, hello. Okay, well, can't get to you, Debbie, I'm afraid. Let's go line 1. Mary, on line 1. Maybe we can hear Mary. Are you there, Mary?
Yes, I'm here.
Ah, you're here. Excellent. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a treat to be on.
Ah, good. So tell me, can you sleep at the moment, Mary? Are you managing to sleep?
I am, but I'm waking up at all odd hours.
Like what? Like waking up and going back to sleep, or waking up and getting out of bed? What's happening?
Waking up, like I get the last full moon, I got woken up at 1:11.
Oh.
It was actually the full moon, but yeah. I mean, it was right within those days. So I wake up to the moon when we've got a clear sky.
Right. Yes. And then can you go back to sleep, or you just stay up all night wandering around like a ghost in the house?
No, I can fall back asleep pretty easily.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I just find it really hard to go to sleep right now. It's really annoying. We've even bought a treadmill to kind of use up a bit more energy because I think it's COVID craziness. So where are you anyway, Mary? Which state of the United States of America are you in?
The state of Washington.
Ah, so now that's not Washington, D.C. on the east side. It's the state of Washington on the west side above California. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
Okay. All right. So I suppose you don't just want to talk about your sleep cycle, do you? You've probably got a question that you want to ask. Is that right?
Yes. First, I have to say thank you for all you're doing. I've been listening to you for a while. I've got all your books and got your Moonology cards. So it's really been fascinating. I've got to get back into taking that class. That's where I've been. My sleep cycle's been okay, but it seems like I can't keep myself grounded.
Ah, I see. All right. Look, I'm just trying to put your birth details in here, Mary. Is it Como, C-O-M-O?
T-A-C-O-M-A.
T-O-C-O-M-A, Tacoma. Right, got it. Right, well, thank you for that. Thank you for buying all my books. I do appreciate it. And you're doing the course. Good on you. So what, you've just kind of trailed off doing it, have you? You haven't finished it yet?
No, I have not. I actually have taken, I think, two of them. That's where I'm finding. Well, it's not my sleep. I just feel scattered, and my life just feels really scattered right now. I'm going to be turning 60, and just trying to figure out what's next for me.
All right. So what's happening for you now, apart from feeling scattered? Are you married, single, divorced, mother, not mother, dating, working, not working? What's happening?
So I'm been single, not technically. I mean, I am divorced. I always struggle with that because we were separated for 2 years and then finally got everything done. So single, or divorced, whatever word you want to use. And I work. I semi-retired about 3 years ago and then came back into the workforce because decided to do something different, and now I'm kind of trying to figure if that's what I'm doing.
And what are you doing?
I'm a financial advisor.
Financial advisor. I see. All right, interesting. Okay, and is that what you want to do?
Actually, what I'd really like to do is retire and find someone special in my life.
Aha, interesting. Okay.
Do something different. I'll never not work, whether it be for work, for pay or whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. That's like you with your sleep. I really, everything is all kind of up in the air for me. I'm just trying to figure out what's next.
All right. Are you working from home during COVID?
Yes.
Okay. So, look, Mary, in terms of retiring, I don't really see that just yet. But what I do see is the chance to meet someone. You have pretty good stars for meeting someone, and even meeting someone who's really, really important to you by May next year. Now, it might be May next year is when you, like, get married or, you know, move in together or whatever. It might, by then you're going to have met someone or got married or moved in or there's like you next year in May, you got the best love stars you've had for 12 years. So, you know, something's going to happen between now and May next year. Are you getting out and meeting people?
I am. I've been doing online dating.
Online dating. Well, keep going with that because you've actually got really good love stars coming up in May 2022. So the thing is, you know, you want to get it on the show on the road before then because that, in theory, can be a really good time to get married, actually, when Jupiter moves back into your 7th house for the first time in 12 years. So that's quite good. I'm quite happy to be able to say that to you. As for retiring, maybe 2023? Have you got the money to retire?
Yes.
Okay, well then nothing's stopping you really from retiring, is there?
No. I want something special, someone special in my life, and it's just been a lonely. I was in a long-term marriage, and just been lonely, off and on loneliness, and I just want to get focused and I want to enjoy someone.
Right, okay. Well, look, keep going online because by next year you might be with the person of your dream. It might even be by the end of this year. And then, you know, May next year could be when you decide to tie the knot. And then maybe he'll help you to retire. Actually, you've got good stars to retire in 2023.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And I drew you a card, actually. Would you like to hear the card?
Absolutely.
All right, so you got the full moon in Aries card, which is kind of interesting because it's quite an intense card. Basically, it says you need to have more fun.
I agree with that.
So go out there and have some fun. Are you? What state are you in now? What state are you in?
I live in the state of Washington.
Oh, that's right. You said, sorry. I was looking. I couldn't work out what WA is because me as Australian, when I look at WA, I see Western Australia. Okay, so get out there and meet people. It's quite a lot. There's quite a lot happening for you in the next 2 years. So you know, get out there and mingle.
I'm doing the best. It's a tough one, you know. I didn't do anything online. I hadn't been in a relationship since I was 18. So I was with my ex-husband until I was 54. So it's a tough thing. I mean, I do go out and have fun, but COVID has really squashed things. I had 5 trips that were scheduled for last year that all got canceled.
Oh, yeah, no, it's very difficult. We'll be through it soon, though. We will be through it soon.
How long?
Well, about a year for you. Well, for COVID, oof, I mean, the thing is with COVID, it could even go on for another 2 years astrologically, but let's hope it's only going to be 1 year.
Oh, boy.
I know.
Okay. Well, at least it's good to get the mindset, and then we got to figure out how to go have fun.
Exactly. Yes. So go and have as much fun as you can in lockdown anyway.
All right. Thank you so much, Yasmin. I appreciate it.
All right, Mary. Lovely to talk to you. So that was Mary in Washington. So what I thought I would do is I would tell you a little bit about what's going on this week which we are all subject to, which is the fact that Saturn, the planet of hard lessons, is going to be clashing with Uranus, the planet of chaos, okay? So I'm just going to read from my Moonology diary. The planetary alignment that will influence us strongly this year is a clash between Saturn and Uranus that occurs every 20 years or so. Uranus is the planet of change and revolution, of breaking free and awakening. The less you resist changes in 2021, the easier, better, and more exciting the year can be. Saturn is the planet of hard work and karma. He's demanding the best of you in 2021, as he always does. So make your aim true. Plus, there are plenty of make something happen angles between the planets. So we're all being given a motivational kick in 2021. So, you know, one thing that people have done in lockdown is a lot of people have got in touch with doing things that they've always wanted to do. Now, obviously, some people have had it very difficult. They've had no money, they've lost their jobs, they've been living in situations that weren't easy. You know, I know with the kids, a lot of the kids, I remember hearing about, you know, we've been fine because thank God we were able to move into this house before COVID hit. We were previously living in my 1-bedroom apartment, which I can tell you would not have been much fun in lockdown for months and months and months at a time. We were living there while we bought this house. But hang on, but yeah, so and it was really brought home to me because my son is 14 now, and he was, you know, he's been doing online school, and I remember reading about this thing about people saying that there are some kids out there that are, you know, doing their school lessons on a mobile phone with a broken screen. You know, obviously it's been tough for a lot of people. However, if you've been in this sort of slightly luckier or much luckier camp, you know, this has been a year where or the past 12 months have been a year where some people have started to actually do a lot of things for themselves, like, for example, doing more yoga or doing more meditation or getting on the spiritual path or reading or, you know, I mean, some people have just done things like tidy their house up or get all the DIY done. Some people have read books. But this is kind of, in a way, the best way to make the most of the current astrology is to do things that will make you feel better about life. So this may show up as, so the astrology this year may show up as the shock of truth setting us free, experience showing us the ties that are binding, breaking through old structures, or busting through fear. The biggest thing we can all do is bust through fear, and I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a COVID denier. I know people who are. I don't think anybody knows what the truth is at this point, but I have to say, if I were a conspiracy theorist and if I were a COVID denier, I would honestly say that the astrology this year almost supports that this whole thing is for us to bust through fear, you know, like, because Saturn is the planet of fear and Uranus is the planet of busting out. So, you know, maybe the COVID deniers are right. Who knows? I'm erring on the side of caution. I've got a Capricorn moon. I'm a cautious kind of person, you know, but that's what we're getting, and that's what we're getting this week. So, you know, maybe it's nothing to do with COVID. Maybe it's just to do with all our lives. You know, where in your life do you feel trapped? Where in your life do you feel like you can't get away? You've painted yourself into a corner. You know, that's what this year in general and this week in particular is asking you. Where are you going to bust out from wherever you feel trapped? So let us go. Debbie, we'll give you one more try because the last time we couldn't hear you, but let's give you one more try. Are you there, Debbie, on, I don't know which line it is actually. Oh, hello?
Hi, Yasmin, can you hear me?
Yes, Debbie. Hello. We couldn't hear you before. Could you hear us?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. No, I apologize for that.
Oh, no, that's all right. So tell me, Debbie, how are you? Where are you? And what's been going on?
So, first of all, I want to thank you because I'm looking forward to Sunday, March 7th for your kickoff of the Manifestation Challenge.
Yes, that's going to be so fun.
So
I'll tell everybody about that in a minute, but I think I've told a few people already, but yes, thank you. Good. I'm glad you signed up for that. Well done.
Absolutely. So I'm really having some challenges. I'm working part-time, and I'm wondering if I should, I want to manifest that I can, I shouldn't retire financially, but I want to spend more time with my husband. And I'm just wondering if you can see anything in my chart that tells me if I would be okay to work very few hours, no hours. And I know my rising sign is in Gemini, but I don't know how to tell where that leaves me at this time.
All right, yeah, so you're a Libra with Gemini rising and moon in Cancer. So the fact that you've got Gemini rising is very interesting. Anyone who's Gemini rising out there, it's interesting because there are eclipses coming in Gemini and Sagittarius in this year, in 2021. So basically, if you happen to be Gemini or Sagittarius rising, or actually Taurus or Scorpio rising, it's a really good time to make big changes in your life. In fact, big changes may even be thrust upon you. So yeah, it's a good time, but it has to be that thing of, as we said with Mary, the previous caller, you have to be ready financially. You can't just retire into nothingness. And when it comes to cash, do you have enough money to retire, Debbie?
Not 100% at this time.
Yeah, so don't do it yet.
Okay.
Don't do it till you've got the money, because otherwise it's going to be a nightmare.
Right. Is there any way you can pull a card for me and tell me what you see for me?
Of course, with pleasure. I'm just going to look here. Maybe you might retire. Maybe 2023. Can you last that long? Can you give 2 more years?
Of course.
And just keep putting the money away so that when you retire, you've got the cash.
Right.
All right, I'm going to draw you a card. So this is for you to know about general life experience or about retiring.
Let's just go with general life.
Okay. So you've got a good one. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So that's good.
Oh, yes.
So you're coming out of a difficult period.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so that's good. But it means that in order to get to where you want to be in terms of retiring, you still have a bit of work to do. How hard are you willing to work for what you want? This card is reminding you that effort is required. Work issues may be about to come to a head when this card comes up. If you are wondering if you should stay in your job or leave, this card can be a strong sign to make an exit. But don't do it until you've got some money behind you.
Right.
Yeah? So you basically need to work for your retirement, get your retirement sorted out. That would be the message that I would get from all of that.
Sure, of course. Gosh, I just want to thank you so much for everybody that every day we get your information, learn more from you. You're so kind, and we wish you and your family a wonderful rest of the new year.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Debbie. Same to you and yours. Thank you very much.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you, you too. So there goes lovely Debbie, who's a lovely Libran. So let me just tell you, for those of you who don't know, who are into manifesting, are you into manifesting? What do you think about manifesting? So I'm running a free Moonology manifesting challenge. I'm very excited. It's going to be running from March 7 to March 13. It's going to start at the time of the 3rd quarter moon, which is the sort of when the moon looks like a half moon between the full moon and the new moon. And it'll go for the 7 days from the quarter moon to the new moon. And every day for 7 days, we'll work with the lunar cycle just to release what we need to release before we then fill up with whatever it is we want to bring into our lives in the form of our new moon manifestation. So it is free, 100% free. And sign up is at www.moonmessages.com/ MMC for Moonology Manifesting Challenge. So moonmessages.com/MMC should take you to the page where you can sign up. I saw on Facebook before someone was saying that they'd signed up and they hadn't received an email. You should actually get an email as soon as you sign up, just saying, you know, success, you're signed up. So if you don't get one, please email support@yasminboland.com and we'll make sure your name is on the list so you get all the prompts that we're going to be sending out and just keeping people kind of, you know, excited about what we're going to be doing. So Moonology manifesting is honestly one of my favorite subjects, and I just want to give you a brief rundown. In fact, let's just quickly look here. Where are we in the lunar cycle right now? We are still in the new moon phase, would you believe? That's amazing. So the funny thing is people think, oh, I've got to make my new moon wishes the minute the new moon happens. And it is true that it's said the closer to just after the new moon you make your wishes, the better. Okay, that's for sure. But the new moon phase lasts a few days. It actually lasts until, because the new moon takes place when the sun and the moon are in the exact same place in the skies at the same time. And it lasts until the moon moves more than 45 degrees away from the sun. Okay, so at the moment we have the sun at 26 Aquarius and we've got the moon at 9 degrees of Aries, which means it is 30 plus 4 is 34 plus 9 is 43. So it's still about two more degrees and we're out of the new moon phase. But you know, take that as a sign that if you haven't done your new moon wishes, we just had the new moon in Aquarius. It was actually a really nice new moon as well. If you haven't made your wishes yet, make them now. Make them now, because it's not too late. We're still in the new moon phase. So what we're going to do when we do the challenge is we're going to tune in at the third quarter moon, and that's actually the time to start really letting go of stuff, really start releasing. The third quarter moon is the time where whatever hasn't happened, we kind of try to make amends with it. Let's see, the keywords: reevaluate, balance, and trust. They are the keywords from my book, Moonology. This moon phase can be awkward. It's the halfway point between the wonder of the full moon and the potential of the new moon. On some level, we know what didn't work out for us in the past has dissolved on an esoteric level. It's time to reorient ourselves. Although we might feel tired during this part of the cycle, there is no time to stop or rest on our laurels. There's tension at this time, the result of a hard angle between the egotistical sun and the emotional moon. Adjustments are required. And so that's what we're going to be focusing on at the start of the Moonology Manifesting Challenge. We're going to be looking at what adjustments do we need to make. Now, the reason why we're doing that is because what I really want to do, hang on, I'm just trying to work out the time here. Okay. What I really want to do in the challenge is I want to help you let go of the stuff that you need to in order to make new moon wishes that work. The website to sign up, someone is asking me on Facebook, is www.moonmessages.com/MMC for Moonology Manifesting Challenge. And I'm going to have to see you after the break.
All right, break time.
Thank you, Louis. How are you all going? Who's signing up for the challenge? You're going to do the challenge. Oh, Kathy Giovannoni. You're very kind. Beautiful name. Thank you very much. She's giving me stars. So nice. Let me give you a card, Kathy. Do you want a card? Kathy's given stars many, many weeks in a row. Kathy, let me know if you want a card. Yes, thank you, Marianne. I'm going to see if Kathy Giovannoni wants a card. I don't want to give you one if you don't want one. You know, not everybody wants a card. Going to sign up for the challenge. Good. It's going to be fun, I think. Kathy's not telling me if she wants a card, so I don't know. It's hard to know what the time delay on these things are. Oh, good. People are signing up. Debbie signed up. Mary signed up. Excellent. Has anyone taken the VIP upgrade? At the moment, we've got about 5 people in the VIP. It's like the after party every day, where we're going to talk about things, you know, anything you didn't understand, any questions you still have, anything like that. Carrie signed up. Meherun Shah. Okay, Kathy wants a card. Brilliant. Let's go. A card for Kathy, who keeps giving me all these stars. Oh! Gosh. You know what? I'm going to take it. You got a 3-card reading there, Kathy. So, card number 1. You got the same card as someone else just got. Your hard work is paying off. But the thing is, when you read the interpretation for this card, there's another message. Your hard work is paying off, so don't stop now. All right? So there's that. That's the first one. The second card is, Kathy, this is for you. Confidence is the key to your success now, okay? So your hard work is paying off. Don't stop now. Confidence is the key to your success, okay? And thirdly, the last card, so more or less for you, Kathy, the outcome card. Are you ready? Zoop. Expect powerful change. So something big and exciting is coming. There you go. Nice cards, Kathy. Someone's saying they can't make the VIP. Can they do it later? And the answer is, will you get a replay? And the answer is yes, you will get a replay. Everyone will get a replay every day. All right. Let's see. What have we got on the time here? We've got 30 seconds. Let's do a card for everybody who's watching on Facebook. Someone's sending out, oh, Lucky's on our side, that's nice. Someone's sending out fake friendship requests from me. I don't send requests to people I've never met. I just don't. Please report them, because the more people that report them, the better chance we have of them actually being put out of action. Here we go, we're going back on air. If you want to call in.
Find out what's happening in the skies. Welcome back to Astrology with Yasmin.
Hello everybody and welcome back. First of all, I'm just going to deal with something that keeps coming up, and I don't know if anyone who's listening on Unity Online Radio would have this issue, but those of you listening on Facebook, you know, it is an issue, and there are people impersonating me, which, you know, I just find completely ridiculous. They're sending out requests, you know, please be my friend, and oh, by the way, give me some money and I'll give you a reading. I can assure you, I don't send friendship requests to people I've never met. I just don't. Like, I'm quite a private moon child, so I basically don't do that. And I would certainly never ask any of my friends for money so they could get a reading. So it's not me. And if you can do this, I'd be grateful. All you need to do is go to the profile of the person when they send you this scammy email and look at the 3 dots underneath the add friend button. There are 3 dots. You click on that, click on report, and just say someone pretending to be me. And with any luck, the problem that we have with this issue, because I know people who've been tricked and who've paid money, which they then can't get back. The problem is that when you make your report, it actually goes to Facebook's AI, it's artificial intelligence, basically to a robot. And, you know, if it only gets 1 or 2, I think it doesn't really bother, because I keep getting back emails from Facebook going, we have reviewed your complaint and we don't find that this breaches our community standards. It's like, come on, this is someone impersonating me, pretending to be me, using my name, sending people friendship requests, and then asking them for money for a reading. Like, how can that not breach your community standards? But the thing is, my husband explained to me that it's just a robot that deals with them. So we need to kind of bombard them with complaints, and then what they might do, apart from anything else, is they might verify me, which means that I get a blue tick, which means that anybody knows that, well, Yasmin has a blue tick. So if we get a request from her, you know, then you know, well, you know it's not me if it doesn't have a blue tick. Yeah, Julia on Facebook is saying, can you get your account verified? Well, I've tried. I don't see why I can't. I've got, you know, hundreds of thousands of sign-ups across all the various pages, but Facebook just isn't in the mood. So here we go. There we go. Anyway, so if you would like to call in, the number to dial in from the States is 816-251-3555. That's 816-251-3555. I would be delighted to take your calls. I'm going to take a call right now. And the question of the day is, can you sleep at the moment, or is it just me? So let's go to... Where shall we go? Shall we go to, let's go to Grand Conjunction, Colorado. I'm not sure if she's there, but that's where she was born. Patty, are you there?
Yep.
Hi. Hi, Patty. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you this morning?
I'm okay, actually. Do tell me, are you still in Grand Junction, Colorado?
No, it's a little too small, so I've moved to Denver now.
Ah, how small is Grand
Colorado.
Junction? Sounds big. How small are we talking?
I'm not good at a lot of the statistics. It's a very small town. It's the biggest thing on the western slope in Colorado, but it's still very much a small town. A lot of things close by 6 o'clock at night.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right. So is it really a small... Oh, I've just looked it up on the internet. Okay. Grand Junction is a city on Colorado's western slope. Right. Okay. Population 62,000. Well, it's not that small, but it's pretty small. And it looks quite rural from the photos it's showing me.
It is very rural, yes.
And so you a big city girl?
Yeah, there's more opportunity, more things to do. It just, I like it here. There's a little more activity and energy. I love it here.
Right. So you're in Colorado, which neighbors Utah. And
Yes.
Right. Okay. And where is Salt Lake City? That's Utah, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Right. So I have to ask you a question here. Have you seen that show on Netflix called, I think, what's it called now? Dream Home Makeover, I think it's called. It's got Studio McGee.
No, I haven't seen that one.
All right, because they are based quite, Dream Home Makeover. They're based quite near you. Oh, you should watch it. It's really good, and they're just around the corner from you. And so they're always driving around in their car going to various, clients, and you always get these magnificent mountain ranges in the background. It looks amazing. Do you have that kind of thing in Denver?
We do. It's very pretty here. It's got mountains surrounding most of the valley here.
And does it still make you draw breath when you see it, or are you just over it now? You've seen it so many times.
No, I'm not over it. You get where you take it for granted a lot, but still when you drive into the mountains, it is gorgeous. I absolutely love to get out and hike.
Oh, right. There you go. There you go. So next question, Patty, how are you sleeping? We're asking everyone today, how are they sleeping?
Not well. It's, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then lay awake for another hour or two, and then try to sleep a little bit more.
Right. And are you at home with because of COVID-19? Are you stuck at home?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's helping being stuck at home.
No, it's definitely not, and I recently was laid off, which doesn't help either, so you have really free time and ability to spiral about things.
Yeah, and also all the worries that go with being made redundant, as we call it in England. All right, so let's have a look at your chart. So you're wondering what's going to happen, I suppose, financially or work-wise. Is that right?
That and my personal life. My husband is at a point that he's going through a lot of depression and stress, and he's not sure he wants to continue to be married, and obviously that breaks my heart because I do.
Right, well, let's address that first, okay?
Okay.
Oh, that's really tough. That's really tough.
Yeah. It's like I go through this every 20-something years, that I lose my home, my relationship, and my job, and I'm wondering if that's a thing for the rest of my life.
No, it's not. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't think of it like that. It happened once before, did it? That you lost your marriage and your job. And when was that?
1999. So that's why I wondered if it was every 20 or so years that my entire world changes.
Yeah, no, I'm looking, and so what was happening then was you actually did have some pretty intense astrology. You had Uranus, the planet of chaos and change and upheavals, going over your MC, which is your career line, but it's also sort of so it's work, but it's also how you're seen in the world, the mark you make on the world. And plus you had Pluto, the planet of explosions, basically blowing up your love zone. So I can guarantee you that neither of those things are happening right now. What you do have is you've got Saturn approaching your MC. Now I'm going to tell you when that's going to peak, okay? Just let me tell you when it's going to peak. It's going to peak. Basically, the feeling I get for you right now, Patty, it's like you have to ride out the storm. And if you can ride out the storm, you'll be fine. But there is a storm that, that you're in. And, it's not even coming. I think it's already here. And you've probably got about a year. So, I don't know, maybe you can see a counsellor with your husband. Have you seen a counsellor? Have you talked about seeing a counsellor?
I did, and we went to one meeting, and this counselor is such a good fit for him personally that he's now going weekly, and I'm hoping that at some point they invite me back in, because that was the way that I left it, and I don't know. He gives me little glimpses every so often that it seems like maybe he does want to work towards that, because he's my best friend, I'm his best friend. That when he's going through these things, I'm the one he calls to share with afterwards sometimes, so...
Right.
He's feeling like he needs a lot of alone time, and so even with moonology, I keep freaking out because even though I'm working on my side of manifesting, I know he's got free will, and so I've got doubt, and I know that means it's working against what I'm working on with my moonology.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, like, you only can do what's right for you. You can't manipulate anyone, and that's one of the things that I suppose I really want to teach when we do the challenge, is, like understanding that you have to work on yourself and you can't really work on anyone else. You always have to hope that whatever happens is for their highest good. So, I mean, it's hard. It's hard what you're going through. And Patty, I think if you can just be strong for this year, you're going to come out the other side, and you'll kind of have you'll know what's happened by then. But both in your career and when it comes to love, it's not the same conditions as 20 years ago. It is purely chance that you do have some challenges that may reflect what happened 20 years ago, but they're not exactly the same. So they don't have to have exactly the same result. Part of it is going to be about being mature. Part of it is going to be about... one of the important lessons that you're getting right now is about standing on your own 2 feet. So maybe while you wait for your husband to sort himself out, and credit to him, he's trying, isn't he? Because, he's seeing the counsellor. So I definitely wouldn't give up hope yet, but it's about you being mature, responsible, doing what you said you're going to do, being a grown-up, and also standing on your own 2 feet and not getting too kind of like enmeshed in what's going on for him, So maybe one thing might be to do some study or something like that that's going to help you kind of, better yourself while he does whatever he has to do,
Which, I've definitely been diving more into my spirituality and working a lot with your books and your mythology and all of your live sessions you're doing. I've really been, it's been awesome that I am working on me, and I do find that that is one of the good things that's come out of this. It just, obviously hope that when I'm done growing and he's done growing, we're growing together again.
Yeah, no, it must be really hard. It's probably quite hard on him as well, though, I suppose, is it? Is he?
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very hard on him, and I'm trying to be so supportive. And when I talk to him, I am supportive, I am level, I'm not crying. But when I talk to anybody else, I lose a little bit because, it's tough, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, and also if he's got depression, he has to work that out, because you can't just go through life and not work on yourself if you've got something like depression or anxiety, So he's doing the right thing by working on that. Well, I don't know. I think you should ring me in 3 months and give me an update, Patty.
Absolutely.
Let me know how you're going, or, just ring me back and let me know how you're going. We'll monitor the situation.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. Just try and stay strong, because being strong is in the chart right now. It's not just I'm saying stay strong because that's what people say under these circumstances. Saturn is the power, the strength planet. So, if you can be strong, now, you can get through it.
Great. That's awesome to hear. That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck. Call me back in 3 months or 6 months and let me know where you are with it. But you do have the year of being strong and bold and grown up and all that, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Lots of love. Oh, that's really tough. That's really heartbreaking, isn't it? Someone who's really doesn't want to lose their beloved, who's going through their own stuff. Okay, so I thought I would just have a look now at what's happening astrologically for the rest of the week. I've mentioned Saturn square Uranus. So, in a case like Patty, who just who just called in, it's very much a question of, not trying to fence anyone in at the moment, because there's a real feeling of don't fence me in. Don't smother me. I want to be free. And for a lot of people, that is to do with masks and social distancing and having to stay home in lockdown and all that. But for other people, it's going to be things like, a relationship where I'm working on myself. I need some space. So there's a lot of that. There's a lot of awakenings and lessons coming this week, okay? Also this week, and that's actually happening on the 18th, which is, the 18th will be Thursday. So on Thursday, the sun is changing signs and moving into the sign of Pisces. Now, that's going to mean something different for everybody. If you know your rising sign, I'm about to read out what it means, but then we're going to get the new moon in Pisces. If you know your rising sign, listen to this, okay? If you know your rising sign, listen to this. Otherwise, listen to your star sign. So, the move of the sun into Pisces this week, if you are Aries or Aries rising, it's going to be in your spirituality zone. So it's time to focus on your spirituality and just getting some time out to meditate and contemplate. Taurus or Taurus rising, it's going to be your 11th house. So it's going to be more sociable, which is nice. And the new moon will be actually your number one wishing moon of the year. So we'll be doing our Written in the Stars workshop for you. So if you're Taurus rising and you want to come to that, the address is moonmessages.com/written, like WRITTN, because it's the Written in the Stars workshop. If you're Gemini or Gemini rising, it's taking place in your 10th house. So it's time for you to spend the next month really focusing on your career. If you're looking for work, focus on that. If you are Cancerian, a moon child or moon child rising, it's 9th house. So it's a really good time to be doing some online study. There are so many online courses. If there's anything you want to do like that, really, really good time to be doing it. Leo or Leo rising, it's your 8th house. The sun is the focus. It's on your 8th house. So that's all about sex and money in the next month. Good luck to you. If you're Virgo, the sun in Pisces followed by the new moon in Pisces is actually going to be triggering your love zone. So pay attention to your partner and think about how you want to do things differently, or it can be a good time to start all over again when it comes to romance. Libra or Libra rising, it's in your 6th house. The sun, the focus will be on your daily life, your daily work, your health, and just getting into good routines that are going to do you good, okay? Scorpio or Scorpio rising, it's taking place in your 5th house, so it's a time to have fun, which I know is not easy if you're, for example, here in London, we're in lockdown, it's very hard to have any really decent amount of fun, but just find a hobby that you love. Focus on that for a month. Maybe it will stop you from going crazy. If you're Sagittarius or Sagittarius rising, the sun in Pisces will be triggering your 4th house, which is home and family, and as will the new moon. So there are changes, opportunities opening up for you when it comes to home and family, whether it's seeing more of your family, getting together with family, healing a rift, anything like that. If you are Capricorn or Capricorn rising, it's taking place in your 3rd house, which is a lot to do with communications and short trips. But really it's about expressing how you feel. So if you're a Capricorn, don't be strong and silent. Let people know how you're feeling in the next 4 weeks. That's starting this week. If you're Aquarius or Aquarius rising, well, you've got a lot going on in your life right now because you've got Jupiter and Saturn and all those other planets in your sign. And this is actually going to be all about your self-esteem. So if you can work on your self-esteem over the coming 4 weeks, it will do you a power of good. And Pisces or Pisces rising, it's taking place in your 1st house, which is basically your appearance, how you come across in the world, and people are looking at you. So, you know, in that time, it's going to be a time where people are going to be checking you out. Now, let me also say that on the 21st of February, which I believe is Sunday, yes, on Sunday, Mercury retrograde is going to come to an end. Mercury retrograde will come to an end. It's been Mercury's been retrograding in the sign of Aquarius, which is where there is so much planetary activity. I won't go through it all. I've been talking about it a lot. If you've got my Moonology diary, which, as I like to say, has now sold out. Yay! But if you've got the diary, look onto page, sorry guys, look onto page 52, because that's the page with the new moon in Aquarius, okay? So basically, wherever you have Aquarius in your chart is expressed on the facing page where it says what this lunation means for you. So Aquarius, it tells you where Aquarius is in your chart, and then you can look at where Mercury's been retrograde in Aquarius, and so you can find out where things have been going backwards, where you've had second chances, and where you now need to make some decisions. Because that's basically what it means when Mercury ends its retrograde. It means you've had enough time to think about that thing you've been going backwards and forwards on. Now it's time to make some decisions. Marianne on Facebook is saying, should I be reading both my star sign and my rising sign, or just choose one? I mean, the thing is, I think we're also, connected to reading our sun sign, a star sign. I would say read that, but it's your rising sign that's going to give you the really, really powerful reading. All right, let us take another call. Let me just see who I should go to. Okay, let's go to, I don't know how to say this name. Is it Alejandra on line 6? You can tell me how to say your name. How do you say that lovely name?
Hi, yes, that's how you say it.
Alejandra?
Yes, that's perfect.
Oh, lovely. And where is that from? Is that Spanish?
Yeah, well, my parents are Mexican, so I think that's where they first heard the name.
Okay, all right. Okie dokie. So, but you were born in California?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, Alejandra, let me ask you, what would you like to know about today? Oh, you've got a very interesting chart.
Like my birth chart, you mean, or what's going on now?
Your birth chart. Are you quite spiritual?
You know, I
lately I've noticed, like in the most recent years, I've started to become more spiritual, but I wasn't like that when I was younger.
Right. Well, you've got a great chart for being spiritual. And what do you do for work?
I'm a nurse.
Okay. All right. Okay. So what can I help you with today? What would you like to know, Alejandra?
I guess I'd like to, maybe get a little bit of clarity on, like my career and my love life mainly.
All right. Okay. Well, what's going on now?
Well, my career, I'm kind of just transitioning into, like, the next step of my career. So I kind of like to know if I'm, if I should be prepared to face some obstacles or,
But you're staying in nursing, yeah?
My relationship, I'm sorry, what was that?
You're staying in nursing?
Yes, like a new phase of it, yes.
Okay. And your relationship?
And my relationship's really rocky right now. So I kind of
Okay.
just want to see if I can also get some clarity on that.
It's Rocky Relationship Week here at this radio show. Okay, so basically, Alejandra, the thing is, you are pretty much slap bang in the middle of your Saturn return. Don't know if you know that. Which is when all the proverbial hits the fan, and you need to... you basically need to decide what you want to do now that you're all grown up. When you get to the age where you have your Saturn return, you're pretty much all grown up. And so, hang on, I've picked you a card for career and love life, but I just want to see what's going to happen if Saturn's going to retrograde. Yeah, Saturn's going to retrograde. So you're in your Saturn return now until the end of the year. So it's really a year of deciding what you want to do now that you're all grown up. If you think this relationship isn't going to work for you, then, it may be this year you say, you know what, either we work harder on it or we move on from it. It may be that it's rocky because you just need to prove to each other that you really love each other. Or maybe it's rocky because it's not right for you or it's not right for your partner. And with your work, it's actually going to be a similar story, because when you have Saturn return, are you about 29 then, aren't you? Or
Yeah.
no, how old are you? Or are you 30? Oh no, you're 29, yeah.
Like,
Huh?
I just turned 29.
Yeah. So that's Saturn return. It's usually between 28 and 31. And it's always between 28 and 31. And so what it is, it means you've been tested in every single part of your life. And now you have to kind of work out, okay, I know what I'm made of. What do I want? So I drew you a couple of cards. We actually don't have that much time, so I'm going to have to just tell you quickly of the cards that I drew you. Is that okay that I drew you some cards? Because I didn't ask you, I just drew them.
Of course.
Okay, so it sounds like to me that you will be challenged personally and professionally, but it's okay because we all go through this. It's not like you're being singled out. It always happens at around about the age of 29. And with your partner, you need to be careful. If things are really rocky and you really want to keep things going, then just be really careful, because it could be that there's a sort of a bit of fire in the air at the moment, which obviously you need to be careful of. Work, I think, might go a little bit... I think you just have to really be a bit like I said to the previous person, because they also had Saturn. You have to just be mature and grown up and handle these things with as much wisdom as you can. I've got to go, unfortunately, but I'm just going to tell you, call in the goddess Saraswati. She will help you because she is all about wisdom. And I'm really sorry, but that's it for another week, guys.
Oh, thank you so much.
Lots of love, Alejandra.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, great job.
Thank you, Louie. Have a lovely week.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, so somebody was saying, can I have a card for everybody who's watching? Yes, let's do it now. I did one before and we got luck is on our side. Okay, here we go. Oh, another one. You are very close to achieving your goal. Can't be bad, can it? All right, well, that wraps up my radio show for another week, so I'm going to leave it there. Thanks to everyone who called in, and I'll see you tomorrow for chanting at 10:30 or my 11:11 a.m. show at 11:11 a.m. If you want to join the Moonology Manifesting Challenge, I'd love to see you there, and you can sign up. The link is in the description. Mwah. Lots of love.